I hijacked the Game Awards in probably the nicest way possible. I know that sounds a little weird. When you think about the hijacking situation for the Game Awards, you always think about the situations where people went up on stage and was like, I want to nominate, Bill Clinton for the reward, right? It is stuff that is always a little bit odd and definitely upsets Jeff Keighley, but it is something that has kind of happened before here and there for the previous 3 years or something, and it feels like every single year there is some type of shenanigan that actually happens with the Game Awards that ends up becoming this whole entire situation. And at least this year, hopefully I can be the bad luck charm, but also the good luck charm for the Game Awards that makes it a little bit nicer where they don't have to worry about as much. So how did I sabotage them exactly? Well, it all goes to their Twitter account earlier today. So of course, they've made their posts and everything being like, hey, here's all the nominees and everything. It's like, look, we have all of these type of things going on. Nominees for this category, that category, this category. So many posts over the past few hours talking about everything. And I mean, if you click on one of these links, it would go ahead and take you to the nominees page where you're able to actually nominate the specific games you want. However, you may notice something, right? These links say bit.ly TGA vote. However, that isn't the only link they used. I mean, if you go ahead and look through these, we have TGA 23 noms, which takes you to a whole entire YouTube video. If we go down here, we have Billy, which is for the China voting page and everything else. We have TGA Twitch predictions, which is a extension that you can see right here. There's a lot of different areas to go to and a lot of different categories and stuff to actually click on when it comes to the Game Awards. I mean, I might actually have to check out the Discord server a little bit later, see if they talked about me, but they always keep kind of posting these. I mean, as we go back through here, right, if we go ahead and look at the announcements for specific games or whatever, you'll notice that, while there's a lot of images, a lot of these links say TGA vote, right? TGA vote, TGA vote, TGA vote. However, there's one tweet that does not say it. This one right here, which is TGA 23 vote, which ironically enough has a community note that I have not noticed. So let's go ahead and kind of, before we read the community note, tell you what happens if you click this link, right? This link at the time it was posted was unclaimed. No one had access to it, and it would cause this situation right here where it's like something was wrong here. I saw that tweet and I decided to see if I could claim the URL myself, and now when you click it, it takes you to my Twitter account. And I know, that's a little bit of an interesting thing, right? And I was like, maybe this will be a few hours of just laughing about it, having a little bit of a fun time, enjoying it as it is or whatever else, and then they'll end up deleting the tweet, they'll remake it, or they'll edit it or something along those lines, or contact me to actually get the link back, because if you go over here and look, on my official Fortnite account, the FireMonkey account, Jeff Keighley follows me, right? So he can just hit me up whenever he wants, but that is not something that actually happens, and because of that, whenever you click on this link, it takes you to my account, and it has been now over 11 hours from the time you're recording this video, and probably even longer since this has happened, right? I mean, if we go ahead and look at the comments and everything, you can see that the jump scare and stuff was 11 hours ago, the link wasn't working 12 hours ago. It has been almost half a day of this link just going to my Twitter account, and because it's bit.ly, I'm able to see how much traffic's actually going there, and it's been around 16,000 people as far as I'm aware. Within the past 40 minutes, there's been 2,000 to 3,000 people going to that link and ending up on my Twitter account, right? And it's not even just a small thing. If you look over here at the quote tweets, you'll see there's me a few times, of course, but you'll see Mortal Kombat 1 quote retweeted it, right? There's a lot of stuff over here, people mentioning my whole entire thing of popping up over there in the links category and everything else, but other companies and actual organizations or whatever quote retweeting this being like, hey, we got nominated, go ahead and vote for us, and it brings you to my account. Now, I do want to mention that I haven't read the community note before, so we're going to actually read this right now, which says, the bit.ly link in the post does not go to the voting for the Game Awards. This link was not claimed, meaning anyone could claim it to change where it was pointed. Another X-user X-user, come on, call it Twitter, underscore FireMonkey claimed the link and redirected it to their X profile. Now, something I did mention is when I claimed the link, I was like, hey, it's better for me to have claimed it than it to be an IP grabber or something. And let's see here, if I actually, okay, you can't see it from that tweet, the ones they're actually linking here. Is this one different? I think, yeah, this one's a different one as well. But I was like, hey, better to be my Twitter account than an IP grabber or something. As you can see right here, this was where I showed that I actually claimed the link and everything. And what I did is, if you ended up going to my profile, because I don't want to be a nuisance, right? I'm not trying to be the Bill Clinton kid or anything. I went ahead and pinned a tweet that was to anyone wondering where the actual Game Awards voting page is, go here with a link to it and everything, right? So, I get to have my fun with the URL and everything. The people who go to my Twitter account or whatever from the link are just going to have to go to another link or whatever, and it isn't much of a worry at at all, right? You know, just a small little thing that's happening here and there, but it was a fun little thing on my part, right? And I didn't think it was going to last this long. I thought it was going to die out very quickly. I thought they were going to take the URL back or anything, but I think it's because Jeff Kelly has something against me. And to talk about this, I have to zoom in very far into Twitter so that I don't leak other DMs or anything. But after Jeff Kelly followed me, I thought it would be funny to do a little bit of a DM nonsensical like message or whatever, asking him to play Uno with me, right? So if we go through my DM history with Jeff Kelly after he followed me, we have October 1st, 2021. Hey Jeff, just wanted to say thanks for the follow a few weeks ago. I know you're a busy man, but I'd love to play against you for a match in Uno, Monopoly, Tetris, or anything else. What you say? No response. So I waited until December 6th, 2021. Hey man, with the Game Awards coming up, trying to play Uno. No response. March 25th, 2022. I'm not backing down. We gotta play Uno, Jeff. No response. June 10th. I just say Uno on the 2022, right? And then June 7th, a whole entire year later, I say, how about now? Filling up to some Uno Jeffy Poo, right? Now, that final one probably got a little weird or whatever else, calling him Jeffy Poo. I like messing around with people who follow me or whatnot. And, you know, sometimes I get ghosted or whatever. Sometimes I actually respond. It's a fun little time or whatnot. But I think this is why Jeff has it out for me, right? I think this is why they haven't tried getting their URL back. Because if he tries DMing me to get the URL back, he probably knows I'm gonna be like, hey, if you want it back, you gotta verse me in Uno. We gotta play Uno and you can have this URL, right? And I think that's the truth here. Now, will it ever happen? Will I get my Uno match with Jeffy Poo? Probably not. But at the same time, at least for right now, we gotta go ahead and look at the Game Awards and realize that I am officially the Game Awards voting page, right? If you ever wanted to vote for the Game Awards, you're on the page right now. The Twitter account right here, that is the voting page. I am the votes. I decide what's game of the year nowadays. You have no say in it, whether you think or not. You gotta DM me your votes or whatever, and maybe I'll consider it, but you know, we gotta have a little bit of bias over here. So I'm just gonna say that, you know what, Cyberpunk 2077 won all the rewards. Forget every other game that existed. You know, it's only about Cyberpunk anymore. But of course, it's just been a little bit of a story time, but something that I thought was a little bit funny, something that I didn't think was going to be working still to this day, you know, like 12 hours later or whatever. But I'm keeping it active on my Twitter account until they hit me up, right? They could DM me, be like, hey, take that down, give us the URL or whatever. I'll do it, right? They can hit a bit.ly, have them forcibly remove it from me. That's completely fine, right? But until they actually try to contact me, I'm just gonna leave it on my Twitter account. I'll keep the pinned post that is like, hey, if you want to actually vote for the Game Awards, go here. But I do think it's kind of funny how, you know, this tweet, which has been seen by, if we look over here, 1 million people, has a link that casually goes to my Twitter account, and as far as I'm aware, they're not removing it, so I just get to be the Game Awards voting site for all intents and purposes going forwards. Until next time, though, catch Champs and Champions a little bit later, and peace out.